Welcome to the Kelly Green Boys podcast. The Birds are playoff bound. That's right. The Birds did what they had to do and snuck into the playoffs, albeit with the worst record in the playoffs.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't
Super
matter.
Bowl, baby.
Everybody's back to 0-0 now. Yeah, so against all odds, we beat Dallas.
That was awesome.
We beat the Giants. And you know what?
That was my playoff. That was my Super Bowl right there.
I get where you're coming from. Sure, I feel the same. But Christmas keeps coming every day because Jason Garrett has had his third meeting.
Dude, I was hoping you'd talk about this
with Jerry Jones. I'm like, yo,
I can't quit you. I can't quit you.
Dude, they're gonna bring him back.
I know. I'm so happy.
That's gonna
what that guy has no personality. Like, what is he saying?
It's not about what he's saying. It's about what he's not saying.
He's probably just getting spanked.
Yeah, exactly. No, Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones's whole thing is like back in the '90s with what's his name?
Jimmy Johnson.
Jimmy Johnson.
Yeah.
Jerry Jones
ruined the legacy, right? Because he's like his ego's too big.
Yeah,
right?
Jerry Jones didn't like that he was getting all that Jimmy Johnson was getting all the credit, so he fired him, and then the rest is history. So now he's got a coach that will like just
Who
take
was the coach before Jason? I don't even remember.
It was another actually was a halfway decent coach. Christ, what's his name?
They had a bunch of coordinators.
Parcells.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Dude, and they've had like good coordinators. Like Sean Payton was a coordinator. Like they've had like good coaches.
Yeah, guys they could have clearly just like
promoted.
And they just keep this fucking like little doll
who doesn't do anything. Like he doesn't call plays. He doesn't call offensive or defensive.
The players don't seem to like him.
What's to like? He doesn't do anything.
It's bad when like a joke about you is a national thing that everyone says.
Yeah.
Like everyone calls you the clapper. Everyone.
Yeah.
So they started the decade. Everyone's doing the like 2010 versus like 2020 thing. They started the decade 8-8, and they're ending at 8-8.
Yeah. Well,
and it's all been under Jason Garrett.
Something to be said for consistency.
Yeah, talk about underachieving, dude. It's not even
It's a joke.
There's nothing better than Dak Prescott's face though during that game.
Dude, there was a great
That's a fine wine.
There was a great picture I saw, and it had Tony Romo with his like hands in his face, like on the bench, right next to Dak Prescott, and they're doing the same exact the pictures look exactly the same.
Wow.
Love it.
It's awesome.
Love it. Yeah.
So, you know what though? Part of me like I can't even say it. I was gonna say part of me almost is like,
you want a new coach there?
Yeah, because I'm like, what if this is like what it takes to actually get Jason Garrett to be a good coach? Like, hey,
dude, he hasn't been. Look at what he's got.
He'll never get another chance.
Like, look at what he's got, and how long he's had, and how little he's achieved.
They're gonna lose talent now too.
Yeah,
Ugh.
They can't. I mean, I don't see how they pay Dak and Amari Cooper.
Dak Prescott showed me in that game versus us that he is truly overrated.
I do believe he's one of those
quarterbacks on the fence
with
about
the right coach that he would be really good, but that's...
No, but
to like scheme him better,
No, I'm with
he was missing wide open guys.
I'm with Jim though.
Yeah.
Like I think he's a good quarterback, but I think he's overrated. I think he's like maybe like a top. He's like a top 13 quarterback who's made out to be like a top 7.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's big because they got him late and he turned out to be better than his draft number.
But that's their whole team is
they draft well.
Yeah, it's the same deal.
Yeah.
You always see it with like the big market teams. Like the New York Knicks were always like, we got these superstars. We got Carmelo Anthony. It's like, no, that guy actually sucks, but he's in New York, so you have to kind of like be like, yeah, he is good, because everyone talks about him.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, there's like, there's guys in the league who are much better who play like on smaller markets.
Yeah, it was funny before I found out that they were having a third meeting together. I had a couple true or false questions, and one of them was going to be the NFC East is about to be the best coach division in the league, depending on who the Cowboys hire. But it sounds like they're just gonna.
Who did the Giants get?
Don't know yet, but I think the Giants will hire somebody pretty good. And then Ron Rivera is now coaching the Redskins.
He's gonna suck. I don't care.
Yeah, it's a bad organization, but I think like.
Did you hear that press conference today?
I want to hear it.
Did you hear that press conference today?
I have not. With the
Daniel
Ron Rivera?
Snyder.
No.
Yeah. He opened it.
Yeah, go ahead.
I didn't listen to it, but he opened it with this. He goes, "All right, thanks for coming. Happy Thanksgiving. I just want to." He started with Happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
I'm not joking.
No, I'm not. I'm not surprised.
How do you write that? And he was clearly reading it. Like he was reading it off paper.
Well, I mean, we're talking about Dan Snyder here.
I know, but that's just so bad.
He's always just thinking about the team's name, you know. So even when it's got nothing to do with it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm curious to see how that pans out. I mean, I liked Ron Rivera in Carolina.
He had a good run to a great career, Ron Rivera.
Got Doug Marrone. He got Doug Marrone as the defensive coordinator.
Interesting.
Oh, that's the dude that was on
Jaguars.
Yeah. He had a couple of years.
He is a defensive dude, though. So.
Yeah, so that move really doesn't matter.
I don't think he's a bad coach, but I'm not sold on like getting defensive head coaches.
I'm not NFL. Either, but I just he
really depends on the coordinator, the defensive coordinator they get. I think.
Yeah. I can't believe they fired him in Carolina. I didn't think he was bad enough to get fired.
I think it was just. I don't think it was either. I think it's more so that like they're starting over. Like Cam Newton's done.
It's just been too long.
Yeah.
The guy, one of the guy, I forget who it was. Man, that broadcast for the Giants game is fucking horrible. But at one point, the guy called Pat Shurmur a play calling guru. Or something like that.
Where do you get that?
I don't know, dude.
And that he calls plays.
It's fucking insane.
Therefore, he is a guru.
It's fucking insane.
I cook food. Does that make me a food guru?
Chef.
He called them like a phenom or something. And I was like, eh?
He was on the Eagles. We didn't even know.
They want to know, Bo.
Yeah.
So, speaking of like overrated and shit, like. Man, like that, like Danny Dimes was terrible.
My God. Yeah. I hate looking at that guy.
Me too.
He's got he's got a serial killer face.
It's like they abandoned all accrued knowledge and wisdom of like what a quarterback should be when you pick him.
Yeah.
And they're like, you know what? We need that guy. That's exact type of just lame ass cornball white bull.
Yeah.
What is that? Why would you pick him over other people?
That's like drafting for a team in the 1980s.
That's the Giants, though. Like, the Giants, like, there was, like, I remember, like, when the Odell stuff was going down, and, like, the Giants are, like, their, like, ownership is made up of, like, the oldest, whitest, most fucking wrinkled, just pink, disgusting people. And,
I just, like, that's where you go.
But, so, like,
a replacement for another guy who's a fucking, like...
Yeah.
But like when Odell was there, I remember there was like reports that like, I mean, I don't know if this was the exact phrasing, but like they were like saying like they were uncomfortable about Odell. And I'm like, that sounds pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, it depends on what they're talking about, you know.
They said that they were up a old school.
When he's like beating up a fucking kicking net and doing weird shit like that.
Yeah, but like my thing is like he showed up to meetings and practice. Like, yeah, he to me, he was a typical wide receiver. Like, he was a diva and
no, he's ridiculous. But like, when did he ever hurt the team?
That's what I'm saying. Like there's no reason to trade that kind of talent away.
They just had a shitty quarterback.
He wasn't even close to like a TO or anything like that.
Every teammate he's had has liked him.
Yeah.
Like, so it's like
there was no problem. There was no problem.
The dude wants to be a fucking lunatic on TV. Like,
and
whatever. Unless he's doing
sucks.
Especially in a league where you have like so many people who are like doing actual fucked up stuff. Like, it's like whatever the guy wants.
He didn't get arrested or anything. Like,
and I'm not saying like when I thought that's stupid and I don't like him, but that's just like I don't like that like, I don't like watching that. But I don't care.
The stuff that he did was dumb, but I would never want him traded away for that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, like, by all accounts, the dude's a good teammate, and it's like, do I think the stuff he did was stupid? Yeah, I mean, most people did, but also it's not hurting the team. It's not like Antonio Brown, where it's like, he clearly like did not like Juju Smith, Big Ben, like all those guys.
He was clearly like a problem.
Like a
Pittsburgh.
bad dude.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. He's gonna go to now he's on another team that fucking sucks. So I don't know what he's doing.
Wait, Antonio?
Odell.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Odell.
But you notice how like he just completely disappeared when he went to the Browns.
Yeah,
and that's the thing. That's what
he's probably not. I mean, I'd be surprised.
When he was on the Giants, people compared him to Randy Moss.
Yeah, he hasn't done shit.
He still had good stats this year, though.
Did he?
Dude, he's over 1,000 yards.
Are you sure? Because I had him on fantasy. He was horrible.
He didn't get touchdowns.
Not his fault. It's not his fault, but
no, he didn't get touchdowns.
I just don't think Baker's good enough.
Yeah, that's
they can't utilize him.
That I
they can't utilize him the right way
until he's got a coach. That's another guy I want to hold judgment until he's got a coach.
Dude, he had over 1,000 yards this year. So I mean,
he just didn't get in the end zone. I think the deal was he was kind of neutralized in the red zone.
Yeah, but I mean, and you could say like whatever, but like he's a good receiver. But when he was in New York, he was compared to Randy Moss, and then he goes to Browns, and you just forget about him. Now you got this dude Danny Dimes who puts up 2 good games in a row against Washington and who's the other, Miami.
Yeah,
and people are like,
watch out, Philly.
First rookie quarterback to ever do some cherry picked stat, and then when he plays a team that's not garbage.
With Saquon Barkley having a record game in one of those games.
Right.
Who in the world is rooting for Danny Dimes? Also,
New York.
The whole Eli thing. It's like, dude, they showed him over and over again.
Another overrated.
It's like, dude, we won. We're winning this game, and all you can do is talk about puss face Eli, dude.
Well, it's because it's the whole Manning bullshit. It's just like the football royalty bullshit. Mm-hmm. Like the old
Peyton Manning was over fucking
I totally
overrated
agree.
too.
The only reason they both have notoriety was because of their fucking names.
Flat back bull. Yeah. He sucks.
Yeah, I don't understand
great
why.
Great in the regular season. I mean,
I don't understand why both the Manning brothers are talked about as much as Tom Brady. It makes no sense in my mind.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. I mean they were. It's just because of their fucking name.
Before Peyton Manning retired, I think people talked about him as like a top 2, and you're like, wait, you're forgetting about like Joe Montana and Tom Brady.
Yeah, it's absurd. And at that time, he had only won 1 Super Bowl. And it was
the second one was bullshit.
Yeah, the second one was on the back of his defense.
Yeah, and I love that you have to bring that up anytime you talk about it. Like,
it's garbage.
Like that's like a thing. Like everyone wanted Peyton Manning to win that last Super Bowl, but then in hindsight now we talk about it, and it's like you don't talk about that Super Bowl without saying the corpse of Peyton Manning. Yeah, you say the defense. You talk about Von Miller. You talk about all those guys.
Ware and shit.
And on the note of just the Manning bias, like when they played the Seahawks in the Super Bowl, they were favored to win, and they got fucking trounced.
Embarrassment.
Trounced.
The fuck ball Carroll, dude. Let's bring it back full circle to my most hated coach, quite possibly of all time.
Pete Carroll.
Pete, the chode boy.
The chewer. That's a high standard.
You got the clapper, you got the chewer.
You put him above Jason Garrett, the most hated?
Yeah. I mean, Jason Garrett is just like a fucking sad soul on the sideline.
Yeah. Jason Garrett.
He's like a ghost. He's like one of those ghosts floating around.
Sideline of AT&T Stadium.
He's like a ghost floating around in the Christmas Carol, clapping in the night.
Ghost of football's past.
Like Pete Carroll is fucking active, dude. He's so whack.
I mean, I'm not real. He doesn't really bother me. I don't know. I see why. He has one of those ones they always show him, and like his face does annoy me, but like as a person he doesn't really bother me that much.
He doesn't annoy me as much as he annoys Jim. I can see why it would be annoying.
Yeah, I can kind of see it,
but it doesn't.
He's another guy. It's like, what does he do? He doesn't call the plays or none of that.
What doesn't he does not call defense plays?
I don't know what your point is.
I mean, maybe he does. I don't know.
Yeah, I know he's another defensive guy.
Yeah, he's also like, he's not like a great coach. He's got really lucky with some great players, you know. Yeah, so, like if you were on any other, there's coaches who were, you know, good enough that if they were on any team that they would make the offense or defense look like decent.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's never
the guy who fucking
Sorry, Savoya, we're having some microphone problems.
It's not the microphones.
Sorry, Coleman.
Yeah, just my cock is raw now.
There it is.
He's the guy who fucking threw it instead of running it.
Yeah, I'm not against that.
But again,
Super Bowl.
Yeah, no, that was. I mean, that's another one of those, like, it's the same thing. You call the Philly special on fourth and inches, and you don't make it. We're talking about Doug Peterson in a different light too.
I thought they should have ran it, but I don't think it was as like people act like throwing at the goal line is like a thing that like you never do. It's like, no, actually you do it like, you know.
Yeah, to catch them off guard. Because
now you got to be smooth, dude.
No, I mean, that's the thing though. They really should have ran it a couple times, but
yeah, they did, and that was like first down, and you know what? That was right after I think it was Doug Baldwin had that unbelievable catch.
It wasn't even him. It was some like random dude. It was like Curse.
No, I'm pretty. Was it Curse? I thought it was
Curse.
Baldwin.
No, because it was like
the one that like the ball fell onto his chest. Yeah. That and you were like, they're gonna win this, and then like it was first or second down they made that call, and it was like, what?
Yeah,
we got a Vander Holyfield's son now, boy.
Dude, talk about
he's gonna be punching his way to the end zone, boy.
Yeah, why not?
Fuck it, right?
Elevander Holyfield.
You know, like most
Elijah
seasons,
Holyfield, boy.
When you have like so many injuries, like I don't even care anymore. Like I'm like, there's a new guy. Like
like, I don't care. I don't give a shit.
When your team is healthy though, and you get like one injury, you're like, oh, like, this could be bad. But it's at the point now where we have so many injuries. I'm like, you'll throw them in there.
Probably be fine.
Dude, honestly, it just shows me how bad these teams in the NFL are.
They're
a fucking joke. The Giants are so bad.
I agree.
Watching that game, I was like, when they were still in it, going into the fourth, I'm like, dude, it doesn't get worse than this. This team is so trash.
Yeah.
They're so bad.
Yep.
Yeah.
The Redskins are so bad.
Yeah. I mean, I do want to give Deuce credit. Deuce deserves a little credit.
Oh yeah.
You know.
What do you mean? I mean, I feel like enough people got hurt, and then eventually.
That's what I'm saying. Like you get, you're on to like you're pulling guys off the practice squad, you're signing guys off the street, and this running game looks pretty good at a time where it needs to look really good.
Right.
And other
especially
teams
considering
aren't
like
looking
Lane
really
Johnson's been out, and now Brandon Brooks is about to be out. But and what's the offensive line coach? Blanking on his name right now, but he's a man dog.
A man dog.
Yeah. I mean, he's had our O-line in good shape since he's been here.
Yeah.
I think he was hired with Chip Kelly.
Yeah.
He outlasted him.
Well, good for him. So did Deuce.
Yeah. Yeah. Pretty much everyone did.
Boston Scott, baby.
What a game.
Yeah. Well, good. That's what I'm saying. Like Miles Sanders goes out, which we're like, oh, Miles Sanders, like we hit on a draft pick.
Yeah,
like,
good right before he went out too.
And then you're like, oh, he goes out, and like, fuck, their like running game was the one thing that like we weren't really struggling in right now. And then you're like, all right, Boston,
chunked them up.
All right,
yeah, I
Boston
do worry.
Chunked them up.
I do worry about Miles Sanders because he still hasn't practiced.
Yeah,
but like we really like
out, kid.
Boston Scott is a beast, but like you still like need that. And my worry is that even if Miles Sanders does come back, like he won't have that burst because it is an ankle injury.
Yeah,
it might not be the same thing as
yeah,
he was.
and that's kind of he wasn't like the power back. It was he had to
dude, but
I don't know who else could get hurt. Like who else can get hurt?
Jason Peters hasn't gotten hurt.
I mean, what in the last 40 minutes?
Didn't get a penalty last week, boy.
Good for him.
Jason Kelsey though, knock on wood.
Yeah, he's been good.
Like we never talk about like that's like him not getting injured. It's like huge.
He went out one game for a couple plays.
Oh, so. Yeah, okay.
But that was scary. That was scary. That's what I was saying. But
he's got good push.
But yeah, Boston Scott, man, like, Dude, he had a few of those runs were so nice.
Crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, he was breaking tackles.
And that was after Brandon Brooks went out, too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, also great touchdown dance, his last one.
Oh, yeah.
That was
Doesn't
a great...
get better than that.
Yeah. His head stayed completely still.
Yeah, that was unnerving, actually. It was good. It was unnerving, though.
You're about to pass out.
Yeah. Well,
like, it's up in his head.
Yeah. Joel and Matt were like, you look a little pale.
Like, he's doing weird stuff with his neck.
It ain't natural.
I can't do it, but that was cool.
No, none of our... We can't.
And the unnecessary spin move. That was a nice touch.
I love the tweet. It was like, sorry, game lagged a little.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a bad spin. What are you going to do? He was excited.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
I mean, get that spin in.
As long as he's doing the spin at the end of the run.
Yeah.
He's looking nice.
All right, so...
Dallas Goedert.
Can't think of a single other person on that team.
Dallas Goedert.
Yeah, he
came in with that clutch catch.
Great catch, yeah.
But we expect that from him. He's playing as we expect him to play.
Toe dragger.
I mean, I'm not saying I'm good, great, excellent. But at a Boston Scott, you're not.
Yeah.
And my boy,
Joe
Perkins, baby. Josh Perkins. Josh Perkins, boy. He had that across the field touchdown reception.
Yeah, dude, he's so slow.
Oh, he's horrible.
Who was the receiver that had that nice 40-yard catch?
Oh, it was
Burnett.
Sure.
Deontay Burnett.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah. Oh, the one they called back.
Ward,
The one they called back was Burnett.
That was a nice catch too.
Yeah, that was sick. He's slow as fuck too.
Yeah.
How are these guys? How can they catch the ball so well?
I don't know. We're used to seeing
it's like they
trash.
never realized that. Like, it's like they were the first fucking receivers on the team to realize, like, this is what I get paid to do.
Well, you know what it is that, like, when you have a receiver that's making a lot of money, it's like, yeah, whatever, I get paid, whether or not I catch this.
Yeah.
Those guys, they're on the practice squad.
Yeah, but
then when they get that one game check,
I want to stay on the roster.
When they get that one game check, they're like, holy
but
shit.
catching the ball is just the most natural thing in the world.
Yeah.
Like,
But you have to
you'd have to have they would have to be like throwing the money at you simultaneously that you wouldn't catch the ball. Like, how do you fucking drop it?
I think you also have to consider like tracking the ball and shit. Like, it's not.
They are better at it.
Yeah, they are.
How?
Aguilar sucks.
Yeah,
it really comes down to one guy.
Yeah.
That's really what I'm talking about.
Like, next season.
G. Wart.
Love him.
Nate Geary. Love him.
Yeah.
Oh,
dude,
God.
This team, man, on paper, this team sucks so bad.
Dude, they are embarrassing.
Sidney Jones.
Sidney.
Oh, that's my boy.
Credit where it's
due. That's my golden boy right there.
Where it's due. You weren't here last week after the big play, the shutdown play in the Dallas game.
God damn, boy. If they would have called that back.
Oh, I was like, if they call us back, I'm storming the NFL offices. Like, that would be absurd. Right. Like, that's the cleanest pass disruption I've seen in a while.
It was the other guy was grabbing his arm just as much. This is like a 50-50 type thing.
Yeah. I mean, it shouldn't have been called and it wasn't, but like, just the NFL is like so fucking bad that like, they need to just stop. Like, they just need to get rid of the referees already. Just call everything from the booth.
Yeah, I agree.
Don't
extend the play clock a little bit. Call shit from the booth.
Yeah,
it's my.
Yeah, I got.
Well, Blanc, that's my fuck. He's my MVP.
He's nice too.
He's my playoff MVP. When we go to the bowl, when we go to the Super Bowl, we're gonna look back at Crevion, baby.
Dude, he's he's got so much like energy. Like when
he's a pop. Yeah, he pops.
He does. Like when he makes a play, it's him.
Yeah, because he's just tight.
Yeah,
he's just that tight type. That tight bodies pops off the line. I don't even know what position he plays really.
Yeah, I guess
I know he's a cornerback, but like he's just out of nowhere. He's just popping dudes.
Yeah, like nickel corner. Yeah.
He's just popping dudes.
Yeah.
How we lost every starter.
Pretty much.
It's crazy. So
they came back.
Timmy Jernigan had a good game.
Like the two. Yeah, he did. He's looked good the past two games. Like the two cornerbacks. Like we looked horrible, and then we looked good for a minute, and then we're like, all right, these guys, we're building off this. Like these cornerbacks look okay. Then they had a horrible 2 games, and then they got hurt again, and now we look better again.
Mm-hmm.
How it's
weird.
like, what is happening with those
weird,
guys? I actually would like Jalen Mills back, but
I think he's practiced.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah, I mean,
because like Sidney Jones is fine. He had a good game.
Yeah,
Rasul Douglas is like, he looked like shit sometimes, and then he looked really good sometimes. I don't know with these fucking guys, man.
I'm a little bit worried about the Seattle receivers because last time around Tyler Lockett was hurt. I mean, he played, but like he went from like killing it every game to just like putting up 0, 0, 0.
And that dude Metcalf, he's a fucking bust.
The bust?
Yeah, he's a bust. He was on my fucking fantasy team. He had like he's a fucking bust. He's like real,
he's like a second rounder.
He's like lazy. And like he's just not that fast. Like our cornerbacks are just as fast or faster than him.
I think he's fast. I think his thing is he can't run routes.
Yeah, maybe. And he drops the ball. He's just inconsistent, I feel like.
He would be like, I don't know. I don't even care about him. But it's I mean, I do worry about like Tyler Lockett, though. And Metcalf, even though he's not like amazing, he is like our cornerbacks are bad. Yeah. So like just average play can just roast us.
I'm just like hoping that what has been happening keeps happening. These dudes just keep dropping balls.
Yeah.
How mad were you guys, though, after we grind one out and we score a touchdown and then instantly Saquon Barkley just takes one to the house?
I don't know what that was.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck are you guys doing?
I mean, he's the best player on that team. I don't know.
I'm not saying he's not. I'm saying how mad were you?
Everybody gets one. I thought we were going to lose a game.
Me too.
I'm not going to lie.
Yeah. I mean, you know, I get me when things aren't going right. I don't get mad. I get quiet and I internalize. You get hungry. Sure.
You're not angry though.
He's angry.
I mean, being quiet's not an emotion.
I'm defeated. How's that? Is that good?
You're sad. I'm sick.
Sad. Yeah, that's fair.
I was sick, so I didn't really have like the anger in me, but I celebrated like a motherfucker when I seen that fat boy strip sack and fucking get that recovery. Woo. Yeah. And then my boy LeBlanc stepping up, you know I was hyped for that.
Dude, I just imagine you like old school, like in bed with the thermometer and like that bag thing on your head, just like, fuck.
I was flexing and shit though.
Yeah.
In bed.
Boston Scott just... I got rocked up on him. Over him.
Rock hard right now.
I got rocked up over him.
And I mean, we haven't even mentioned
Boston cream.
We haven't even
Boston
mentioned
cream pie, Scott. Yeah.
We've not even mentioned Kid Clutch yet. Carson Wentz.
Oh yeah, that's because he's been going without saying now.
Yeah, I mean he's like everything that bullshit that WIP callers always talk about, like they're supposed to make the plays better, and you say like, yeah, that's true, but also when you're working with dog shit, like that doesn't really go.
It's almost like I didn't want him to, because then that stupid theory goes out the window.
yeah.
But it's like,
no, I mean, if anything, I think it proves it.
He's doing it. And
God damn it! This throws he's making to these guys, no one knows.
There was
so stupid,
dude. A few of those throws were so good. I mean, that out to Dallas Goedert that he caught.
That's the one.
Here's what I'll say: it is hard to remember, though. It's not hard to remember, but like so many bad drives on our part in that game.
Mm.
Like I don't want to overlook that. There was a lot of drives that were like, oh my God, what are they fucking doing?
Yeah.
Right.
Like sometimes the play calling just gets so dumb.
Yeah, and
so many drives were just wasted, nothing.
Yeah. And Dom has said this multiple times this season that like every touchdown is just such a fucking grind to get still.
Yeah. And now it's kind of a different thing where it's like we looked so mediocre and then we just like have these random pops.
Yeah.
But like the rest of the game like is just horrible.
Yeah.
So
I don't know, it's weird.
The thing, if we win that first playoff game though, keep saying it, D-Jax comes back.
That's all right. I don't want to get too far ahead of myself, but I have a couple true false questions. But that's part of it.
Also, like the whole, I've been hearing this, that guy, Joe Giglio, dude. You guys
gotta stop.
He has the worst takes.
He's an idiot.
Because today he was like, if they don't win this game, then this season was a failure. And it's like that, yeah. I don't understand how you can't take factors into consideration. And someone called and just said exactly what I was thinking. He's like, dude, if they started the season with the team they were supposed to have and they lose in the first round of the playoffs, it's a failure. You can't just take this stupid fucking stance.
So that brings
they don't have any players left.
If that's the case, then it's like, well, the Warriors should have won the finals last season.
Yeah.
It's like, well, they didn't because everyone got hurt.
Everyone's hurt.
Yeah.
They should get back to the finals this year, or else what have they been?
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know. Every fucking superstar player they have is hurt.
Yeah. No,
it's just, oh my God. What is the point of being a fan if that's how you're going to think? Like, it's useless. It's a useless mindset.
I kind of understand it though. Like,
but that's just,
no. I mean, I don't understand it.
It's rudimentary, that thought process. Well, if we don't win the Super Bowl, the season's a failure.
It's like, think about it. Their progression. They were in and they won a Super Bowl, and then last year they got past the first round. So this year they have to do better than that. It's like,
that's not how it works.
Dude, I know. It's what it is though, is that it's every guy on the radio who says like the Eagles are playing well, like there's like all these like nighttime guys, like you don't know who they are, and then this dude's making a name for himself by just saying that Carson Wentz isn't that good, hasn't played that good, the Eagles aren't that good, you know. It's like
yeah.
It's like I guess my point is like, do you can't really think this shit you're saying?
No, I think he's doing it all for radio.
So stupid.
But that does bring me to my first true or false, which is true or false. Everything from here is bonus. What do you think?
True.
Jim? True or false?
I can't look at it like that.
We're not playing for house money?
I guess money? If I gotta say it.
I guess we're playing with house money here.
Don't upset him.
I guess it's true.
It's a litmus test.
Yeah.
I guess it's true.
Yeah, I mean, because, 3 weeks ago, we're like, we're done. We're not making the playoffs.
I do want to win one, though.
Well, that's
anything.
So
I'll say this: anything past this game, because of the momentum. That's a good addendum. Because of the momentum, and like the fact that I hate Pete Carroll and the Seahawks are really not that good. Yeah. They lost everything about the whole year. It's all what people talked about with the Seahawks. It's like they changed who they are. They're a run team first now. They're a run first team now.
They lost Marshawn Lynch off the street. Like they must be desperate.
They lost every good running back they have. So
yeah. One thing I like about that game is and like I'm kind of 50-50 on it right now, but like, and this is completely like
pick 'em.
It's a pick 'em, yeah. But
spread says it's a pick 'em.
But there's like a lot of storylines that kind of been forming that like have been busted this year. Like one was like Carson Wentz isn't clutch. And it's like then he has like like 3 clutch games in a row. And then there's like we can't beat the Cowboys. Then we beat the Cowboys, you know. And then it's like another one's like we can't beat the Seahawks. And it's like.
Yeah, exactly. It's the momentum.
That was the other thing that that's been bothering me. That since we've made the playoffs, they're like, there's 2 sides of it. It was, Carson Wentz is clutch, and then the other side's like, oh well, look who they played.
All the teams they played.
But also like,
doesn't matter.
People have a really short memory because we beat the fucking Green Bay Packers and they have a first round bye.
The Green Bay Packers are actually probably the worst number 2 seed like ever.
I would agree, but however,
we did beat them. Yeah.
There's this this notion that we can't beat good teams.
Well, the problem is that every quote unquote shitty team that we played, and don't get me wrong, I just said they're horrible. Look, like you have to always consider what you have on your team.
And these shitty teams, mostly with the exception of the Miami Dolphins, have been division rivals. And whether they're shitty or not, those games are like
and all right, let's just say it. We have a shitty team.
Yes, but we won exactly. Yeah. But my point is that logic goes out the window of saying we only beat bad teams because our team is also shitty.
Right.
Yeah.
And like the Seahawks, you're right, aren't that good. Their record is better than it should be because they were a better team earlier in the season.
Earlier on, yeah.
And they've been struggling recently, and I do think they are better than us, but it's like one of those things. It's like it's in Philly.
Yeah, the home advantage.
So that brings me to my next true or false. The Seahawks losing last week was the best thing to happen for the Eagles' playoff chances.
True. Hell, dude, the 49ers would have fucked us up.
Oh, really?
Well, what I'm saying is, all right, let me rephrase. How about this? How about
they also lost 3 out of their last 4 games, so
let me rephrase this. So let me get specific and crazy. The Seahawks losing last week did the best for the Eagles' Super Bowl chances.
Well, I mean, just by playing the Seahawks instead of the 49ers, it gets easier. The road is easier.
And as you said before, and I feel this too. We'd have to
play them next time, right? We'd have to play them next game, right? Because they got a bye or whatever.
No, they wouldn't have had a bye. The bye was either going to be given to the 49ers, I think, or maybe the Saints, and it depended on the Seahawks.
Oh, I thought they were.
It was weird.
I thought they were battling for it because they were playing for the NFC West.
The Seahawks were never going to get a bye.
So how's that possible if they were playing
for seeding, and I think that they want a higher seed. But no, the Seahawks I don't think would have had. I think the Seahawks would have then had the same record as maybe the Saints or something, but the Saints would have gotten the bye. The Saints are the 3 seed.
You're right.
And they don't have a bye.
They're playing this week.
Right. But if the 49ers would have lost, the Saints would have had the better. It would have been the second best team.
So
it was weird.
So the Seahawks weren't playing for anything essentially.
They're playing for seeding.
If you're not getting a bye, it really doesn't matter.
It does. You play the lower ranked
shitty wildcard team, I think.
Yeah.
I mean,
either way, that
was why people were kind of confused because they were like, "Well, Philly won, so."
I don't understand. Does that happen often where a team finishes the year and then if the Seahawks beat us, they're just going to have to play the 49ers again? Like immediately?
Well, it's the lowest winning seed from the wild card round would play the 49ers.
Well, you also have to think home field advantage is a thing. That's probably what they were playing for too.
Well, if they're playing. Okay, so hang on. Let me look at this.
If you have a higher seed, you get the home field advantage.
Who do we play next? That's really only
it'll depend on what happens with the Vikings Saints game. Yeah. So the 49ers will play the lowest remaining seed,
which will probably be us if we made it.
Yeah, if the Saints win, then it's still they're the 3rd seed. They'll go play the Packers.
But if the Vikings win too, then we play the Packers, and that's our best bet.
Yeah, that's what we really want.
Yeah.
But I think the second round is like anything goes because that's Deshaun Jackson comes back, things change.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
You get on that ball.
I mean, that changes everything.
I mean, dude, look at what we've been doing with nobody, and then you get somebody. I mean, we saw
deep threat in the league.
Yeah. He's been I'm with Dom.
Working.
You break through this first round. I mean, that divisional round doesn't look as intimidating.
I don't trust that.
Now playing in San Francisco,
San Francisco is still
that's still a tough defense to play. But
I think with Deshaun Jackson, San Francisco still beat us. But you gotta think like Deshaun Jackson, like you saw that first week of the year, like he just gave us 2 touchdowns.
He ain't 100%. I don't even care if he comes back or not.
I don't know.
You'll know he's not. He's been healthy for a few weeks. He's just been on IR.
I know, but I seen little videos of him running. He don't look that.
Jim had his stopwatch.
He don't look that sprightly. All right. Plus, that's different than getting popped up the middle or something.
All right. You got me.
But it doesn't hurt, dude. It's not gonna hurt.
Yeah.
The question is who we gonna drop, bull? Because I want that Burnett bull.
Well, they'll probably drop a random special teams guy.
Yeah.
They won't drop somebody
or
that's actually made an impact.
Son
yeah. We'll drop like a running back or some like random like corner.
The team I'm most afraid of it would be the Saints, which doesn't sound like we'd really ever have to play.
Yeah, there's really unless you get to the championship.
That's a team where I'm like, Eagles are not winning that.
Yeah, we're going on a run, Bo. You're getting me all sausaged up, kid.
Dude, all right. So let's do game ball.
Is that the last true or false?
I only had 2, and I thought maybe it would open up discussion if anybody else had any more true or false. But and I had the one about like the NFC being the most competitive division in NFL because of all the coaching changes. And 2 of the teams having top 5 picks in the next draft.
Wait, what was that?
The NFC being the most competitive division in the NFL next season.
Crazy take, part 1.
Okay, well, all right.
The most competitive, the NFC East?
You're out of your fucking
our
mind,
division.
dude. 2 of the teams.
Wait, do you believe that?
Well, I know. I'm posing it as like a thought question.
I'm getting the.
All right. So do you want to hear the reason why I'm asking this question?
He is a Cowboys.
Yes, that's true. So you start off with him being a Cowboys fan.
So I'm telling you, two teams in our division have top 5 picks,
which means jack shit.
Kid.
I don't.
Well, okay. So those 2 teams both have their quarterbacks.
You think one pick is going to make them not be 4-11 or whatever the fuck
I think 1 pick and early picks in late rounds and new coaching makes a big difference.
Danny Dimes and the guy taking selfies during the game.
I'm just telling you. All right, so let me pose this scenario to you. And ever since Nick Foles, my attitude towards quarterbacks is, well, you never know what happens with a different coach, because Nick Foles looked like dog shit under Jeff Fisher, and look what he looked like under Jeff
Fisher. Is
let me ask you,
talking about. That's like bringing up fucking. I'm not even gonna say.
I'm just saying, and it's not even necessarily like good coach versus bad coach. It's more of, all right, well, this is, it's more of like a compatibility thing. And I'm not saying like I absolutely believe this. I just wanted to, pose that as like
if you're trying to say who's going to be the most mediocre, then I would agree with you. Who's vying to be the most mediocre team?
I just think that I think in the off season, at the very least, it's going to be a very different division next season.
Well, hear me here.
Okay.
So here's the top 5 picks of last draft: Cleveland Browns, New York Giants, New York Jets. Oh wait. I'm sorry, this is the wrong one. Whoops. Well, all those teams are dogs.
Again, and this is not just about the draft picks. It's about the draft picks and the change in front offices too.
I think the Giants are. Dude,
I think you're underestimating like.
I'm not, dude. I'm really not.
Okay.
They have no. There's nothing about them that gives me any belief that either of those teams are going to do anything. They look at the last 3 coaching hires of the Giants. All horrible.
Yeah, but then before that, they had Tom Coughlin for how long?
Okay, so
and they only got rid of him because they totally fucked up the person.
Their last 2 hires was total trash.
So these are the picks from last draft, and okay, well, number 1 is the Cardinals.
Yeah, Kyler Murray.
Yeah, they suck. Yeah.
Yeah, they well again.
But number 2 is the 49ers.
Yeah.
Which
Bosa,
kind of
right?
goes, who was great. Yeah. But that does go with your theory. But then I would argue, well, they wouldn't have had a top 5 pick if their quarterback didn't get hurt last year.
No, yeah, that's fair.
Like once he went down, that changed everything.
I agree.
3 was the Jets. 4 was the Raiders. They're okay. Bucks, Giants, Jaguars, Lions, and then number 9 is, I feel like, the next true team that actually did end up being pretty good, which is the Bills.
Yeah.
And then it's like Steelers.
Who's the Bills pick? Or does it? If it doesn't say,
Ed
it really
Oliver,
yeah, I don't know.
Defensive tackle.
No, I mean, I'm not like.
If they were any other teams, I would be like, yeah, I see what you're saying. They might turn it around, but the Giants are a joke, and the Redskins are fucking horrible.
Yeah, no, I agree. Like that.
I don't know one player on the
Giants
on the
less so than the Redskins, but like the Redskins, like they are a team that Dan Snyder's not. It can't get out of the way of anybody.
I don't think the Giants doing shit.
Yeah, I mean,
Danny Dimes might be like okay, but like talking about like having like draft picks. And it's like, well, when I was watching the Giants, I said that team needs an entire O-line.
Yeah, and that's and
they have big money in that O-line.
Yeah, I mean that's the other thing is that'll make a quarterback look great or terrible is how much you invest in O-line, whether it be draft picks or cap space.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So, I'm just curious to see what this looks like in 2020. What?
You love bolstering these NFC East teams, kid.
I'm just saying. I'm not bolstering them. I'm saying we're going to see a lot of change in those teams.
Setting them up for success.
It might be change for the worse. They could be somehow.
You love the NFC East, kid.
Well, I mean, it's our division. We know these teams the best.
You love the other teams in this division.
Sure. Yeah.
See, I don't care about Ron Rivera because I'm more into the idea.
I'm curious about what he'll do. That's my thing.
They're just bringing a culture change essentially to that team.
That's what I'm. Yeah.
But like they're getting Ron Rivera in there to help them to get to 8 wins
because he's like
like that's what they're doing. Like that's like that's their Jeff Fisher.
Yeah, because he's like a hard ass like dad type bull.
Yeah. But like the actual good
going
coaches,
from 0 to like 5.
Actual good coaches are found from other teams' coaching staffs. They're not like rehired head coaches. When does a head coach get fired and rehired and they're really good? It's like rare.
Dick for meal, baby.
Shut the fuck. Okay, so 30 years ago, yes. But yeah, like
Andy Reid, baby.
That is a good argument. Andy Reid also has never won shit, so
that's true.
Yeah,
he's hungry.
Yeah,
in many ways.
He's never gonna win Super Bowl.
Yeah,
this is his best shot, and I think they're just gonna get whooped by the Ravens.
I forgot about I don't know. I kind of forgot about the fucking Chiefs, but who are they gonna? Oh, the Ravens.
They get a bye. The Chiefs get a bye. And so the Ravens, but
it's gonna be hard it's gonna be hard to beat the Ravens just in general.
Yeah, but imagine if that championship does end up being Chiefs Ravens.
What if it's Eagles Ravens, baby?
Oh, we'll get.
Dude, I wouldn't even care if we lost.
Yeah, we get destroyed.
I'll be honest. Like I would be like, I would just be happy to be there.
Oh, I'm just happy to be here. It's an honor to be nominated.
Right, man, this is a long overdue game ball.
We don't even deserve to be there. To be frank.
Yeah. All right, let's get this fucking game ball.
Okay. Yeah.
And
it wouldn't be right if we went there. Just wouldn't.
Well, that's how I felt about the first when we actually won the Super Bowl.
Really?
Yeah. I was like, we don't. I was like,
a slow build though. It was a slow build of like, this is.
When we got to once we got to the Super Bowl, I was like, this is like we could beat this team.
Oh, I thought we were gonna get our asses whooped.
Oh no, I like the other games. The other games, I was like,
it wasn't a fluke. I said, when we got there, I thought it was a fluke because it was like, okay, we beat the Falcons, but like there was that weird like interception off the guy's chest.
Once we got to the playoffs, it was a little bit fluky. Because the whole year,
whole year, our team was great. And I mean, that team itself was a great team. I felt that like Nick Foles would never be able to win a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And I thought it was fluky that he beat like the Falcons, and then the Vikings. I was like, okay, every once in a while,
Jalen Mills beat the Falcons, kid.
Yes.
Sure.
Or that dude's chest beat the Falcons. The guy whose chest the ball bounced out of. Dude, if that guy catches that interception, the easiest interception ever, they kick a field goal there.
Right into our hands.
They kick a field goal there, and then at the end of the game, they don't need to get into the end zone.
Yeah, it's a series of dominoes that fall in order for a team. The Ravens might be the first team.
Butterfly effect.
Yeah, the Ravens might be the first team where that's not true. It's just like, nah, they're just gonna beat every team until they win the Super Bowl.
They have
hands down too.
Yeah, I mean, across the board, like you're looking at John Harbaugh, who's been there before.
There's no team in the NFC East that's.
No.
I mean, the Saints.
I mean, like I said, there could be like a weird fluky somebody in this playoffs finds a way to beat them.
Yeah, like the Saints.
You never know. It's an only given Sunday.
Yeah, it's like how the Saints are good every year, and every year the Saints somehow lose in the playoffs.
Yeah, exactly.
Like offensively, I feel like the Saints could have a chance, but. There's no way.
We've said that for the past like 5 seasons.
No one can defensively stop.
Yeah, no, that
I think the 49ers. No, actually, no, the 49ers defense has been kind of ass lately.
Yeah, and I feel like there's just too many ways they can fuck you up.
Yeah, and I would take John Harbaugh over the young another clapper. In San Francisco, the defensive coordinator.
Shanahan?
No, the defensive guy.
Oh, the Guido dude?
Yeah.
I love that guy.
It's John Harbaugh versus him, essentially. Lamar Jackson versus that defense.
No, the 49ers defense is banged up. I forgot.
What's up with Jim Schwartz getting fiery on the sideline?
I liked it.
I didn't see it.
I liked it.
I was in a wedding.
Yelling at motherfuckers.
Yeah.
All right, now tell me if this is a violation. I was at the wedding, my aunt's wedding, God bless her soul. But this joint's got barely any TVs.
Dark.
They have any?
They had 2 little ass like computer monitor size TVs.
We discussed this last time. Will anybody in your family that would be offended be listening to this?
I hope not.
Okay. I'm going to call bullshit on that wedding day on multiple accounts, and I touched on this last time. First of all, Eagles Sunday, you don't do that. Sunday at all, really don't do that. And then the Sunday between Christmas and New Year's, really don't do that.
Wow.
So
right? Am I wrong?
This was an Eagles fan wedding, so their justification, and I do hear this, was that they thought, like, good or bad, a game wouldn't come down to the Eagles and Giants, which I kind of get.
Yeah, but still, why Sunday?
I can't buy that. I can't buy that excuse.
Yeah, I think that's a weak excuse. But just don't do it on Sunday.
Yeah, you're right. Everybody just ended up watching the games on their phones, like, and
that's so sad.
People were on different streams. We had the first stream, so like we didn't have to get it ruined by everybody else.
Nice.
And then sometimes we would just fake it.
Yeah.
Be like, no. And then you'd see people at the other table, like looking over, like, what happened?
All cracked out.
His leg came completely off.
Game balls.
Yeah, game ball.
Okay. Well, there's some obvious ones, but I gotta go with the bucking Bronco. I gotta go with Kid Clutch Carson Wentz, because why not?
Somebody had to give it to him.
Why not?
Somebody had to give it to him.
Say it. Say it.
Boston cream pie, Scott.
Somebody else had to give that one too.
Dude, cream pie. That's a good one. Because that's what he does.
Yeah.
All up in them guts.
Yeah.
Boss.
And he kind of leaks through the defense, you know what I mean?
He just seeps through.
Just kind of runs down.
Oozes right on down.
Yeah.
Oozes down that road.
Man, you see that hole in the O-line open up, and he just fucking squeezes on in.
Yeah, I think fits anyway. It fits in any way you can.
Yeah.
I'll give mine to Mr. Jernigan.
All right. Yeah.
Because I didn't want to go all offense.
Jernigan.
Goddard was a runner-up. Let's just get into pick. Right. We've talked about the Seahawks.
Real quick.
Go ahead.
The number one problem. The number one injury that hurts us the most going into this game. What do you think?
Miles Sanders, if he doesn't play.
Yeah, I would agree.
What do you think?
Yeah, I think I mean, injury that happened last game or like across the board?
No, I mean, obviously fucking Deshaun Jackson or something.
Yeah, I mean, the one that I would really like to get back is Lane. Well,
actually, you know what?
Lane Johnson or Zach Ertz?
I take it back. I'm going to go with Brandon Brooks.
That's
a good one. That's
kind of.
I forgot that
he's the best player. Yeah, it's kind of hard not to say that.
You got Lane Johnson. You know,
if Lane Johnson comes back,
Lane Johnson,
like,
Zach Ertz, Brandon Brooks, and Miles Sanders. I
Zach
think
Ertz is mine.
I would have no problem with that. Yeah,
I was gonna say Brandon Brooks, but yeah.
Yeah, Brooks. If Lane Johnson comes back, I feel like you're like, okay, we're okay. But if Lane Johnson doesn't come back, then it's like, who's on that right side? Big V and someone else?
No, they said they're gonna move Big V into guard.
Then who would play tackle?
Dillard.
That's bad.
I know.
Yeah,
we need Lane Johnson back.
Yeah, dude. Even if he's like at 80, even if he plays like some of the game.
I mean, concussion.
Well, the thing with high ankle sprains are that.
Why am I thinking he's got a concussion?
The thing with high ankle sprains are that like you apparently like are like unable to walk, and then like one day you're just fine. Like it's like not like a slow progression kind of thing. It's like you're like bedridden, like can barely do anything, and then one day like you're just good.
Huh.
Because I mean, with sprains, it is like like a tear.
Well,
I don't know.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed. He did the walkthrough. Is the last news I got.
He did.
He's gonna play. There's no way he's not gonna play in the fucking playoffs, dude. He's that bull.
Fingers crossed.
He's that bull. With Brandon Brooks, it's like pop that fucking fat arm back into the socket.
He tore it.
Yeah.
He had to get surgery.
Yeah, there was tear. I mean,
he dislocated it, but when you dislocate,
pop
sometimes
that in. You pop that back in.
They did.
Get in there, and you fucking find that dog. I mean,
yeah, you did pop it in there. It's just
you're an offensive lineman. You have a responsibility to that quarterback.
Injuries don't matter.
You get it back in there and you guard that fucking ball.
Zach Ertz, I think, is like
that's.
Yeah, I would agree.
I think Ertz
but
I
think with Goddard in there, I'm like
he did the walkthrough.
Yeah, he did the walkthrough as well.
Kid.
Dude, he loves Wentz.
I
don't know.
Jesus is gonna fucking work out.
We discussed the
him.
Wife swap last week, Jim.
Yeah.
I don't.
It's why you can't get sick.
Both their wives are total hate the faces.
Oh, really?
Yeah, both of them are total hate the faces.
Less so Carson's face, less than Carson's wife's face. But
I actually like both of their wives because they're like the only one, like they like actually just seem like normal people, and like sometimes you'll just see players and you're like, man, like these people just look like some like rich fucking crazy ass people.
Yeah, I like them.
Yeah, sure.
They both hate the faces in my book.
That's what it is.
They're both slightly hate the faces themselves, so it only makes sense. Yeah, but Tom kind of looks like D. Gott, don't he? He's kind of got like a Dallas Goddard.
Yeah, the beard.
The beard, yeah.
Do you ever hear Dallas Goddard talk, by the way?
I thought about that the last game. Yeah, I just pictured him being like, oh, dear boy.
Except as far as like this.
The one thing I like about him is that
I'm Dallas Goddard.
Yeah, it's not that deep.
The thing I like about him is when you see him like not playing, like he looks like he would be from the Northeast. Like he's got like
but
the
then you hear his voice and you're
Butters.
like, yeah, that's a guy from like Midland, Texas.
He definitely wears Butters.
Oh yeah, I can see him rocking some dead ass.
Just ones that are not kept up to snuff either. Just beat up Butters.
Oh man, no.
He's
got some fresh Butters.
Nah, my boy's a cowboy boot guy.
Is he?
Gotta be. Texas?
Cowboy boot?
Cowboy?
He's from Texas?
Dallas Goddard?
Yeah. I just assumed because he played at like North Dakota or South Dakota that he was from somewhere.
I'll look this up after the podcast. It's irrelevant. He's got a weird accent. You just
love fucking Dallas, kid.
It's true.
I never said the word. His name is Dallas. He was a Dallas Cowboys fan. Are you looking it up now?
Yes.
You just love the Cowboys.
Yeah, but people like you will just be we'll just be from wherever. He was born in South Dakota.
Okay, all right. Then he's just got a fucking weird accent.
You do love the Cowboys. You just wish he was from Dallas, dude. I love it. How's it feel that your team's out?
I'm sad. I don't know. Like, what do you want from me? Like,
this joke will never. Will never.
It's never going to die, and I guess I just deal with it. It's fine.
What did they end their season? What was their record?
8-8. The classic.
8-8. What did you say?
What did you say the Eagles were going to
do? Once again, doesn't matter.
Why is what I say matter, but what you guys say?
No, because we never said Dallas was going to win the division or have a better record than the Eccles. That's the difference.
Okay,
he's right.
Then I was wrong.
Time to eat crow.
Yeah, it's time to eat that bird.
I wish that phrase would die.
It's time to eat bird.
I do not like that.
No,
phrase.
I'll change it for you. It's time to eat bird.
All your chickens are coming home to roost.
I love it.
Cubby's chickens are coming home to roost.
I remember the moment. He was so cocky.
I definitely was not
cocksure about
the
it.
archives.
He was so cocksure about it.
I walked in with my season.
Oh, you had a big blue hat on. Big blue cowboy hat.
I had my boots on.
Yeah, you had fucking
I put them up on the table.
Yeah. You had dirty boots with dirty spurs. Nice. Still had cow meat in them.
If I had cowboy boots with spurs, that would be pretty sick.
That'd be pretty dope, yeah.
Yeah, come on.
But you would hear, but we'd be able to hear you coming.
Yeah.
True. I'm not that sneaky to begin with.
That's why if you were walking on the roof, we'd be able to hear you.
Could have fooled me because you're a sneaky Cowboy fan.
Sopranos reference.
Sneaky Cowboys fans.
Do we want to move on to the Seahawks?
Yes.
I'd love to move on to the Seahawks.
Yeah.
So we talked about it a lot. Do we just want to get into picking this and discussing?
You have to bring that clip up, though.
Which clip?
One of these days. The clip of the prediction, dude.
It's not that all right, fine. Just remind me.
You have to bring it up. I want to know if it matches the myth.
Oh, wait. I got it right
mythology in my brain.
I got it right here. Yeah. I got the Cowboys going undefeated. This is Eric Gruber signing out.
Everybody, it's been told that if you were trying to pose as Jim, it would work, and vice versa. But you posing as me is not going to work because I sound like Hallie Roseman, and you guys sound like the dude from the Bloodhound Gang.
That's true. That's true.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, we go in predictions.
Yeah, let's do predictions.
It's a pickle. Let's just get that out.
And also,
let's just get that out there right now.
No, well, I picked the Seahawks, but I think the Eagles are.
Something buzzing in my headphones.
I'll shout it out of the mic.
I don't. It's these headphones.
Yeah, they're noise canceling, Johns. Gotcha.
I guess so. Mascot good headphones.
For the record,
but I heard that for some reason.
I know what your problem is because one of the options ain't the Cowboys.
I can't remember.
I was trying to see if like one of the team's names, like you could spell out Cowboys if you rearrange the letters.
Oh, I love it.
He's like, well, Seattle's blue.
That's the last joke I'm going to make about it.
I'm not the. I got all night. That's all I'm saying.
Are there any Texas teams in the playoffs?
Is it Houston's playing the Bills.
What a fucking game that is. All right.
I like the Bills in that game.
Yeah, I kind of do too.
They're the dogs, but I like that game.
Real fucking.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so Seahawks.
Another team with a lot of fucking talent and just.
Yeah.
Well, they're also a team. They're kind of like us in that, like, when their receivers go down, like, it's like they have a bunch of slow guys. Like, DeAndre Hopkins is pretty slow, but he's, like, good. But then, like, they have their speedster, Will Fuller. Every time he goes out, like, they just completely just shit the bed.
Is he hurt?
I think he's back now. I don't know. I stopped paying attention once I lost fantasy.
One more thing. Robbie Anderson, rumored to be coming to Philly, baby.
That's a rumor?
Yeah.
Where?
They said Luke or Josh McCown's been talking to him about coming to Philly.
Oh, okay. Former Jet,
boy.
He's from Philly.
Well, that'd be an easy
sell. This will be the year.
Yeah.
This is going to be the year.
We'll see.
I don't know how much he's going to make, though, because that dude is, like, not that good to be making. Like, if it's, like, a big contract, like, he's not worth that much.
Nah.
He's good, and he would help. But you'd have to find a way to trade Alshon.
All right.
We don't want to get into that. All right. I got, who do I got?
That's such a cop-out.
All right, fine. I'll just say I got the Seahawks then. All right. But I'm hoping the Eagles win.
What kind of game? Well, obviously, I think it goes without saying we all hope the Eagles win. I don't want to hear any rebuttal. Obviously. Especially because there are no Cowboys in this game.
True.
So obviously, I think what?
Any ex-Cowboys?
I don't think so.
I don't think so, but I can't say with any certainty. So what kind of game do you think it's going to be? Do you think the Seahawks win? Do you think it's a blowout? Do you think it's...
No, I think it's a close game. I can see it being like... I think it's just going to be close. I think it's going to be like the Saints game last year, that Bears game. I think it's going to be one of those.
Okay.
Double doink type sitch.
Yeah. I'm not going to say it's going to be offensive or defensive, but, I'm taking the Seahawks.
Okay. I'm going 24-21. Birds, kid.
All right.
You know what?
Which birds?
The Eagles. Right. And here's what I'm going to say. Walk-off field goal victory by the Bull, Jake Elliott.
That's the most
on the redemption trail.
He's been pissing me off, but
walk-off field goal victory, baby.
You know what, Jim? I have the exact same score.
Oh my! The algorithm.
Well, yeah, close. Yeah, the algorithm.
Get the fuck out of here.
24.35 to 21.36.
I'm loving
in
that.
favor of the Birds.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Get my neck roll.
So I actually slightly complicated the algorithm for the playoffs
because you added in the fact that the Cowboys aren't in the playoffs.
Sure. But no, like looking at the trend as far as the last 3 games of the season for the respective teams. Seattle is trending down and the Eagles are trending up. Now, granted, the Eagles' past 3 games, you can say they were against subpar opponents, but they were still division rivals, and those games are always dogfights.
It's not even like when we played the Seahawks; it was a blowout.
No,
they had to do a fucking trick play to beat us.
Yeah, I mean, and that's
I'm just gonna remember that.
I'm not, like I said, it's a 3-point spread to me. And the sports books have it at 1.5 for the Seahawks. I like that for the Eagles. I mean, that gives them confidence for the people they're putting out on the field. That says they don't have a lot of trust in the Seahawks to come in here and win.
That's a pick 'em. I'm not betting on that game either.
No, I told Joel not to bet on this game. I begged him. He said, he was really he was having a good time on New Year's Eve. And he said he was good. He kept saying he was going to put $1,000 on the Eagles, Titans.
Oh my god!
And one other team. And I was like, Joel,
the Titans.
I think you're joking. The Patriots.
I don't like that.
I like that game. And I said maybe individually, like bet $100 on one of those 3, but not all 3 of them to win.
Man, the Titans and the fucking Oh my God! I hope the Titans beat them so bad.
Yeah,
I don't think the Patriots are going to lose though.
I don't think so either. I don't think they're getting to the Super Bowl. Yeah, they were embarrassed. They were embarrassed.
The Titans have the coach that was the
but
he was on the Patriots.
Ex-Patriots coaches can never beat Bill Belichick.
Wasn't a coach.
I know he's a player, but
got him.
I agree. I'm agreeing with you.
wasn't a coach.
Yeah, I mean that is, you're right. That could be an exception. You're right, but I just don't see that. Like you said, they got embarrassed by Miami.
I don't think that really applies
I don't think they're getting to the Super Bowl. I mean, I don't think they're getting past the divisional round. But I think they still win.
Dude, my coworker was like, "Yo, the Dolphins, you can be on the Dolphins plus 1,600," and I was like, "Damn, I should put down like $10 or something."
Yeah, just see what happens.
I didn't do it.
Yeah,
it was 16
plus 1,600. So if you put down 10, you get like $160.
Yeah. So you would walk away with 200.
They were plus 16 to win that game.
No, not the spread. Not the spread. The money line. But I think the spread was like 16.5.
Was it?
Are you serious?
It was big. It was a big spread.
I would have taken the Dolphins.
It was a meaningless game for the Dolphins.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not meaningless for Fitzmagic.
No, I know. That guy.
Dude, I would have taken, if I had known the spread was that big, I would have taken the Dolphins.
I think it was definitely more than 2 touchdowns. That's nice. The exact number, I'm not sure.
That's crazy.
But yeah.
We know firsthand because we saw the Dolphins
to watch.
They're just so weird.
That corny fuck Russell Wilson leave the fucking field in tears.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. Good guy. Can't wait to see his corny ass face.
You know what? He's King Corny.
The field.
He's King
number
corny.
2.
With
who's number
JJ
1?
Watt, man.
I just see. JJ Watt overrated. Immensely.
It's not overrated. He just hasn't. He's just not who he used to be.
I don't know.
No, dude. When he was good, he was the best defensive lineman since like Reggie White.
Yeah. I mean,
he was unblockable.
Yeah, but he's like, he plays every other game.
You just hate him.
Well, now he does.
When's the last time he played a full
season?
Dude,
he had a lot of really good seasons.
You're letting the hatred blind you, Grubby.
Oh, so you're a JJ Watt defender?
No, I'm not.
you just want to come at me.
Just don't let your hate blind you, kid.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going
to deny his stats. He's corny as shit.
Dude, I remember it was like a Pro Football Focus thing. They would be like, every single year, they'd be like, we've never seen this many pressures from a defensive player.
Okay, all right.
He went high pitch on you.
He's like, yeah, he's like,
I agree, but all right.
He's like, I'm just going to stick with my crazy take of the week.
It's agree to disagree. Okay, let's just agree to disagree.
Same thing.
NFC East, watch out. We're going to be fucking...
Let's end this shit, man.
Yeah.
We're going to be filling every hole in the playoffs next year, baby.
All right. Any final thoughts on this game?
2 wild cards.
All right. Go Eagles. We are the Kelly Green Boys.
Kelly Green
Jim's
Boys.
on his way back to 100%, and the Eagles are too, sort of. We'll catch you next week, hopefully talking about a Birds victory over the Seahawks. Bye.
The Kelly Green Boys podcast. I listen to them almost every fucking day. They know the shit about the Eagles, and they are true fucking ballers.